So thank you again, everybody. My name is Darlene Malcolm, and I work at Workforce Windsor, Essex, and I provided a short presentation on healthy aging through helping others through volunteerism. Why volunteer? How volunteering supports mind, body, and purpose for adults 55 plus. Every person can make a difference, and every person should try. J.F. Kennedy. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Gandhi. Did you know? Canadians' population is aging significantly, with the 55 plus demographic growing, driven by longer life expectancies and immigration, leading to nearly 1.1 in 5 Canadians being 65 plus by the mid-2025. And it just shows you here the demographics when we start talking about 55 to 59, 60 to 64, 65 to 69. Importance of maintaining health, purpose, and social connection. Cultivates a strong sense of purpose. Volunteering provides essential assistance to others, which in turn gives a volunteer a profound sense of meaning and fulfillment, especially for older adults who are seeking direction. I find this very important, especially with my friends that have been retired. You know, that getting up every morning, going somewhere, having something to do, by replacing it with volunteerism really improves their life and their happiness. It also expands social connections and networks. It's an excellent low-stress way to meet new people with similar interests and values, helping to build strong support systems and combat loneliness and isolation. It enhances our physical health. Depending on the activity, volunteering can increase physical activity, which is linked to low blood pressure, reduced risk of disease, and greater longevity. It also improves our mental and emotional well-being. The act of helping others releases happy hormones, boosting mood and self-esteem and helping to manage stress and anxiety. Also, we can develop new skills and self-confidence. Volunteers can learn new skills, applying existing ones in different contexts, and gain a sense of accomplishment which builds confidence applicable to personal and professional life. I've had friends that said they finally got to do the job they wanted to do once they got to volunteer after they retired. Volunteering as a healthy strategy. Volunteering just isn't a hobby, it is a wellness tool. It increases engagement and social participation, creates structured routines, enhances sense of contribution and community. It also benefits our brain, right? Keeps the brain active, provides learning opportunity, enhances memory and problem solving, lower risk of cognitive decline. Emotional and mental health. Increases happiness and life satisfaction, reduces loneliness and social isolation, supports emotional resilience and mood regulation, and helps manage stress and anxiety. For me, this was very big. I lost my spouse 15 years ago. He was 42. So because I was connected with my community and volunteering, and my friends, but it also got me an opportunity kind of to get outside of my pain once in a while by giving to others. Physical benefits. Promotes mobility and physical activity, helps maintain strength and stamina, supports overall health, and encourages healthy routines. Meaning and purpose. It reinforces the identity and self-worth, offers opportunities to share lifelong skills, creates intergenerational connection, establishes routine and responsibility. I know when I had my son volunteer in the summer at the Unemployed Help Center, he would help in the garden and in the food bank. It really gave him a sense of appreciation and gratitude for his life. And I really think a lot of our kids could get exposed to that. Community impact strengthens community networks, helps organizations like yourself serve more people, builds stronger neighbors, inspires others to give back. Finding the right opportunity. Identify strength, interest, and time availability. Explore local volunteer centers. Try short-term seasonal roles. Ask about accommodation or flexible options. I know there's many ways to volunteer. There's many opportunities in the community. And I think they're a lot more flexible on what you have to offer. Some people can give a lot, some can give less. There's a lot of great organizations that are just willing to have you present when you can. Now, we do have a volunteer board on our website. So if you did go to workforcewindsoressex.com and in that little, what do we call that little looking glass in that search bar, if you put in volunteer, what we have done is Emily, one of my colleagues, keeps us updated. So we want to let you know what's upcoming, what's ongoing, what boards and committees you can join. And here's our contact information. So if you're looking for volunteers or you want to promote the Rotary for volunteers, this is stuff that we could share on our website. You would just have to reach out. You have my email, dmalcolm, but for anybody else as well, there's an info@workforcewindsoressex.com. So even if you're connected out in other parts of the community and you know that you need volunteers, don't hesitate to send that stuff to me, and I'd be more than happy to make sure it gets up on our website for the community to see. This is also an opportunity when we go into the schools. We can also expose them to organizations, age appropriate, of course, that may help them out to get their volunteer hours within the school. Thank you. Stop sharing.
Darlene, I have a question.
Yeah.
So your presentation is geared to seniors, and sadly, we're all sort of that demographic, close to that demographic. Seniors 55 and above, okay, but Pam, yeah.
Oh, Pam's the baby.
You represent the youngest generation.
Yeah. Pam's the baby.
Do you promote the same way to a younger audience as well? Because that's really important, I think.
Yes, we do. Okay. So I had an opportunity to go to the town of the recreation department, and they also wanted me to provide a volunteer focused more on the 55 plus, but we can accommodate high schools, even go into like junior high schools. So we have the ability through our presentations to any group.
Okay, good.
I noticed that, I don't know if you need the mic. Okay.
Well, I'll just hold it.
Okay, thank you. Students now, in order to graduate from high school, have to have their 40 hours of volunteer service. Are you finding people scrambling at the last minute to get 40 hours in?
Some do. I think some of them do. I think a lot of it is parent involvement. I was the parent that kicked my kid out the door in the summer and told him to go get a volunteer opportunity and not to wait to the last moment. But I think there's a lot of schools doing some really great things in the communities to help them gain their volunteer experiences. So I think the more the schools or the teachers get involved and know what's out there, then they bring that back into the classroom.
Thank you.
Our organization, actually, we offer a fast 40. So we can get people who are struggling to get theirs, we can get them in for a week and get their 40 hours in, or 2 weeks over the summer.
That's awesome.
Are
Yeah.
you logged on to this, Pam?
I was going to talk to her after, because we actually need volunteer cashiers right now.
Okay, yeah, so send me that information. And that's really great too, because what we can do is, my colleague Emily, who focused just on the high schools, by having that type of information, when she goes in, she can let them know, look, if you guys need your 40 hours, you're struggling, here are some opportunities for you to get it before you graduate. Thank you.
What's the most unique opportunity you've come across?
For volunteering? I think the most unique ones, for myself, and when I think about it, I think of like hospice. I think of certain situations where, I think it would take a certain kind of person to be able to be that positive volunteer in that environment.
We've got a couple of those here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I really think it takes a special soul to be able to volunteer in that.
Can I
Yes.
further on that? Or there's also other opportunities in hospice other than just working in the residential home. There's outside of the residential home, they need volunteers to do other things as well, like bingos and
Home visits.
well,
Yeah.
but again, some people are not
Not
comfortable with that. But there are other opportunities within hospice rather
Driving.
than, yes, driving, they're landscaping.
Well, I know South Essex Community Council, they also have a program where you just call people. Right? So maybe you're a volunteer, but maybe you don't have the transportation or the mobility. So they kind of have like a call to check in with their seniors. How are you doing today? What's going on? I find those kind of very unique as well. The ones that I really embrace, I love the community gardens and community cleanups, right? The community gardens, I just think is the coolest thing.
I really like the concept of identifying opportunities, volunteer opportunities in the community, and then passing those along to those who are interested in volunteering. How do you, or do you reach out to organizations across the county or region or whatever to find out about those opportunities? Or do you just wait for them to come to you, or are you out promoting your service, if you will, to organizations?
Yeah, so I volunteered for many years through the United Way. And at one point, the United Way used to be kind of like our volunteer center, you know what I mean? So I got to meet a lot of the organizations. So to me, it's about networking, going out, who's in your community, what they're doing. But I'm also the person, I'm on a lot of different social media websites, looking at opportunities, pulling opportunities. And then when I have a chance to go and speak in front of people, to let them know that we can promote their volunteer opportunities on the board, then I'm also sharing more. People know more about us and what we're able to do. So I think it's a both. It's doing your research, it's getting out in the community and being a volunteer yourself. And you know what? Learn who's out there. What are they doing? I think another really great thing too, I think it's a great way to transfer skills to our youth, right? So there's some really great opportunities out there to volunteer where you're going to be working with the youth and transferring those skills over to them as well.
And the other way when it comes to computers.
Yeah, exactly, right? They can also, yeah, it's twofold, right?
Darlene?
Yeah.
Darlene, were you familiar with Rotary prior to coming?
Yes.
Okay. And okay. And secondly, is there an opportunity for us to, as you mentioned, put out a message, because we're always looking for new members, and we have no age barrier?
Yes.
And we like people that like to get up early, of course, because we are a sunrise club.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. What you could do if you have a flyer or an information that you can share with me, we can post it up on our website. And when I'm out in the community connecting with people, I also do some what we call interviewing skills with one of the service providers here in Windsor, Essex. So when I go into these service providers that are Employment Ontario, you know, they're people looking for jobs. One of the first thing I ask, are you volunteering? Right? Because number one, you're going to gain skills. You're going to network with your community. You never know who you could be beside. So I promote very heavily when I'm talking to job seekers about not only should you be searching for a job, but maybe also look at tapping into volunteer opportunities that are giving you the skills, give you the experience, and then connecting through networking.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'd like to thank you so much, Darlene, for coming and joining us today. I loved this presentation. We need to talk because I know our organization, we have a lot of senior volunteers and we have a very robust youth volunteer program too. And to see the connection that is made is incredible, and the transference of skills is fantastic. So we should talk.
Yes, we will.
But thank you so much for spending your time with us this morning.
I love hunting. I do.
Can we do a picture beside the
I'll just,
banner? With the banner?
can I hold my honey?
You can, sure. You can. Yeah. That's it, okay, right here. Very good, thank you.
Thank you.